And we're back.
And we're back. And we're back. Welcome.
How are we doing, Andrew?
Hey, I'm doing great, Johnny. How are you? It's great to be here.
It's great to have you here. It's great to see you again.
It's nice to see a friendly face.
Oh, I bet. Andrew is still out on the cruise ship, everybody.
Yeah, this is week number 2. We're back here in Juneau. We're heading to Juneau. We're almost there. And I'm hanging in there, busting my ass.
Getting stir crazy?
Yeah. A little. Not. I mean, I've been trying to focus on. It's so funny. Like you take time off from these things, you come back on, and it's like the first time. You just it requires so many jokes. It's just like I'm pulling jokes out of my. Last night, I did a joke on stage I probably hadn't said out loud in like 8 years, and
wow.
But I was like really trying to save material for later, and I was like short of where I thought I was going to be, and I just started telling it, and I was just like, well, this kind of fits with this, and the words just started like coming out of my mouth, and I was like, well, I hope my brain remembers the punchline here, because I literally have not, and it was fine.
Oh, that's funny.
But what I found is that like sometimes it's better. I think we've talked about this before, but you ever impress yourself with like an old bit? Like, dang, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're so
yeah. Then you start thinking,
far,
oh, I should work it back into my act.
I know you're so far removed from it, you forget you have no like humility attached to it. Like, how we're self-deprecating about all our own stuff. I'm sure we're the same way. So once you're so far removed from it, you can look at it and go, man, I'm good at this. That's a good little joke right there. I should use that.
Yeah.
I should write for myself.
Yeah, I should be a comedy writer. Wow, that's a pretty good joke. I wrote that?
So I'm in that mode where I'm just like trying to write new stuff. But do you think this is funny? I think I talked about this on the show, but like Ginger, one time I'm trying to write more jokes about my kid, because there's all these like kid shows, or not kid shows, but like family friendly.
Family friendly, yeah.
So like she gets in the car one time, she goes, this car's dirty. She kept like talking about how dirty the car is.
Yeah.
But it's like it's her fault that it's dirty, So I was like, that's like Godzilla complaining about the skyline, But nobody laughed. So I gotta find a different punchline for that. But
I personally think that just you explaining the premise is funnier than the
punch. Yeah. That's a bad sign when you laughed at the premise and then the punchline. Me explaining what the joke is got a better laugh than the joke.
Yeah, that's funny though. I like it.
So I don't know. Well, maybe that'll be my project today. We have no show tonight, so.
Oh, nice.
But
it's time to hunker down and get some writing done.
No, Johnny. No, because the whole reason why we're recording this early in the day is because Daddy's got two fantasy football drafts.
That's right.
This early afternoon and evening. So I will be preoccupied.
I forgot about Daddy's fantasy drafts.
I don't know why it was Daddy's. It is odd I call myself Daddy to you. Like, why am I Daddy to you?
So is this just the same? It's the same football. It's the NFL. It's just two different groups of friends.
Right. It's just two different lonely groups of men.
Okay.
With one. I am such a stereotype. Look how desperate I am for male friendship. Not only am I in 3 different fantasy football leagues, I also do a podcast with my buddy just as an excuse to keep the relationship going.
No, that's healthy. That's healthy.
I mean, what is left for me? I gotta join a bowling league. I mean, there's so many other ways I could.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta do like an adult recreational sports league.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough to do as a comic, especially doing cruise ships, because you can't even put your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays aside. What?
Do you not know?
Oh, it just got really choppy. Okay, now I can hear you. What'd you say?
Do you know a guy named John Stringer?
Is he related to the Wounded Warrior thing?
I don't know. He's from Wichita, so I thought you might know
Oh, no, 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 I don't
him.
know.
You don't know all the comics in Wichita? Anyway, he's a nice guy, but I feel bad. Like you said, first of all, that was a very funny Zoom error right there because I go, "Do you know John Stringer?" And there was just silence, and you go, "Damn it!" It's like, oh, did I touch on a nerve here?
That's
But
my
just
mortal enemy.
uh, but I feel bad because it's like he's about, I don't know, maybe my age, a little younger. I was like, this is a guy I should be hanging out with. But then it's like, oh, it's like, we have no show tonight. You want to go get dinner or something? I was like, sorry, man, I got my fake friends drafting fake football teams. So I have to stare at my phone for 4 hours. But
Oh, so
maybe next.
is it like a social Zoom where everyone's drinking, or is it like, oh, it's my turn, I have to type in my thing on the nerd app or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, in its glory days, in the best version of this, you would be in person, and you'd all get together at somebody's house and
Yeah.
make fun of each other and all that stuff. But now it's devolved into everyone's just doing it remotely on these apps. And honestly, my high school friends league, there's been so much attrition, like people have dropped off. And
Yeah.
there's this one guy, Olin, he's from Canada originally, and then so he's just replaced all of our high school friends with these Canadians nobody knows. So it's like half the league is people I've never met.
Yeah, see
And that's
that right
just
there. I'm out. Once there's people I don't know, I'm outside. That
yeah.
just my comfort level disappears. I'm like, I don't want to be in this. It's too weird.
So now I'm basically giving money, probably. I'm
To
just like
strangers.
paying some Canadian so I can watch football every week.
Uh,
I mean, what's less American than paying a Canadian so I can care about football games?
oh, me and you, we should do one-on-one bets. Not like fantasy, but we should just be like, all
Yeah,
right, this game, Seattle versus Cincinnati. Who's gonna
yeah.
win? If we both
No,
pick the same team, then it's a scratch. We don't bet that game.
okay. You want to bet every game all season and just do like a pick 'em league? We could set that up online, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh,
And just the two
that's
of us.
every single game. That's
Well,
how many
that's what
games are
I'm
there?
not. I don't know. Or do you want to? You could do it where you pick five. You know what else is kind of fun? They have these eliminator leagues. So like all you have to do is pick one team each week you guarantee is going to win, but you can only use each team once. So it's not like you could pick like the Chiefs every week. So there's
Oh,
so you could pick the Chiefs, but then the next week you would have to pick any team and you keep going until you eventually you the person
I
who
see.
wins is the last one standing. So if you ever pick a team that loses, then you're out.
You're out.
Yeah.
Well, that would be kind of hard to do with two people. I mean, that
Yeah,
tournament could be
I know.
over.
We would be out
Fun.
pretty quickly. That was a bad idea. We should open it up though. We should open it up and do like a cavalry
Oh
eliminator.
yeah,
All right.
we
Someone
should
get on
start a
that.
Cavalry sponsored illegal betting app.
Yeah.
What if we do
Every
one
every
game per week?
every podcast I listen to is brought to you by
Oh yeah,
fucking gambling. So maybe we should get sponsored. DraftKings.
DraftKings. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we do one game per week?
Okay. Just your best bet.
Yeah. Well, we
All
find
right.
a game, or you find the game, since I don't know how it works, that we both think the other team's going to win, so that you know, we just
No,
find a
I
game where
think
we
I
both.
think you pick your best bet of the week. I pick my best bet, and we keep track all season. Whoever has the best record at the end of the year wins.
Sure.
Yeah, so we don't
Okay.
have to pick the same game.
Oh, okay. I
You know
don't,
what I
I'm
mean?
more confused. I don't understand.
So you're picking against the spread. So like,
Okay.
who do the Packers play on Sunday?
Edie's not home yet, so I can't tell you.
See, it's all downside for me. This
Well,
is like
how is
playing
that? How is it downside for you?
because if I win, then everyone's like, oh well, yeah, Andrew's the one who like watches a lot of sports. Of course he's gonna win. But if I lose, then you'd be like, I don't even know who they're playing.
Andrew lost to a moron.
And that
No,
voice,
Edie will be
you know
my
that
team.
perfect impression I do of you? I
Boom.
don't even know what I'm doing over here.
I'm goofy. All right. Well, yeah, let's do that. That'll be good.
Okay. Then we'll keep track of that. We're
Perfect.
sticking to that.
All right.
You heard it. Let's
You
bet
heard
on
it
whether
here, listeners.
let's bet
Wait,
on whether we're able to actually stick to
what's the
side
bet?
bet. Oh, I don't know. We have to think about it.
$20?
20 bucks?
Sure.
All right. 20 bucks. Wow. That's exciting.
$50? I'm gonna have to have Aaron sign off if we get too high here.
All right. Well, 50 bucks it is.
$50. All right, good. Perfect.
Okay. What else is going on?
I went and saw Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field on Saturday, and it was
I
fucking
can't hear you.
awesome. Oh,
Can't hear you.
good. Can you hear me
Is the
now?
audio good? Are you muted?
No, I can hear you fine. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I saw Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field on Saturday night, and it was fucking awesome.
Did you have good seats?
They were not bad. I don't think they were that great. We were like all the way right field. Like we were up against as far to the right as you can get. Like we had the row seats. And we were up in the 200 section. So we couldn't see the screen behind them. Like I guess they had like, a video screen playing like stuff behind them as they played. We did not know that until I saw clips online. But we could see kind of because we were kind of next to them, but far back. But it was great. They played over 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And I was very pleased with the set list.
What's the best Pearl Jam song?
I don't know. I really like the new album, and there was a couple songs I wanted to hear from the new album. They played them. They played Yellow Ledbetter at the end, and they kind of mixed in a Jimi Hendrix song, Little Wing, I think it's called, into that. But they did tons of hits. They did a bunch of stuff off their first album. It was just great. They brought Walter Payton's son on stage and took a selfie with the crowd in the background because they were in Chicago.
Pearl Jam Seattle, right? They're Seattle boys.
They're Seattle boys, but Eddie Vedder is a Chicago boy. He's from Chicago. But the band started in Seattle. So like all the businesses around Wrigley were like, welcome home, Eddie. And it's always a big to-do when he's in Chicago.
All right. You're a concert guy.
I am a concert guy. It was great. I spent most of the day, like I brought Erin and I dragged her around trying to find this one particular concert poster that was sold out at all the
Did you go to the Merch Fest thing?
To the what?
The Merch Fest thing? Did you go? You went early to like.
We got there. We left at like noon. So we got there about 2:30 or 3. And we went, I stood in line. I mean, we were only in line for like 20 minutes. So it was not that bad because it had been open for, 4 days already. But they were sold out of the poster I wanted, but that's okay. I got my second favorite, got a t-shirt, got a hat. Aaron got a shirt. So we donated to the Pearl Jam Foundation.
I know. You're worried about losing $50 to me. You just dropped $300 on crap. Hey, I just had a thought while you were telling me about music stuff I don't really care about.
Yes.
You're a big concert guy. I think we can agree. You like concerts.
I got a lot coming up too.
You got a lot coming up. Okay. That's great. That's fun for you. You're also very tall. Very tall guy. Do you ever get self-conscious about
I've never not been
standing up?
Yeah.
Do you not stand up very much at concerts out of fear of people behind you going, God damn it?
It's just inevitable. I mean, this was, I'm at Wrigley Field and I'm out there. So like the guy behind me, even if he's short, he's because it's such an incline that he could see over me. So I
Okay.
wasn't this time, but like if it's like, if it's a level place, then I'm like, oh, I'm just the asshole. I kind of scrunch down. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I'll spread my legs so I'm like standing like this.
You're just you're squatting
Anything,
down like a
anything I
third
can.
base coach, just leaning in, like you're coaching the offensive line.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, it just hit me. I was like, man, it would suck to be behind you at a concert.
Yeah. It,
I went to my wife's cousin's husband is in a band and they're really good. Well, he's in a couple of bands, but they had like kind of a reunion, their original group.
yeah.
And so we went to watch him play, and it was just like a little rock club in Portland. So there's no tiered seating. So everybody's just standing in the,
Sure.
area. And there's a guy in front of me, and I swear I could move around because there was enough room to like kind of slither. And
Yeah.
every time I would move somewhere, he would just like, it's like he was doing it as a bit. Like he'd just stand in front of me. So I'd move to the right, and then he'd like move to the right. And I'd lean you just like lean your weight the other way so
Yeah.
you could hear between two heads. And then he would
Yep.
lean. It's like, how does he know?
We just know. We just know, Andrew. We have a sixth sense. We can feel it.
All you big birds just have a ability to
But it's
realize.
awful. Like, I mean, it is terrible because like what if you were me, what can you do? Just be like, oh, hey,
No,
babe, I'll catch up with you. I'm gonna stand at the back wall on the top row,
no, I know. The only thing you could do is go in a wheelchair because then you'd get great seats and you'd be sitting down, so you wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we've discussed before that height can be a handicap.
Yeah.
So if you just leaned all the way in,
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna do it.
all
No, I'm
right.
not.
No, you're not. No, we're not going to do that. Big trouble.
But it's a great idea.
Bad karma. No,
Yeah.
Pearl Jam, great.
Pearl Jam,
Uh,
great. We went
Wrigley
to
Field, iconic.
Wrigley Field, great, great. I don't know if I'd ever been there. I think I had as a kid, but I don't know. But it was really
Great
awesome.
time of year to be in Chicago. Did you stay in like a nice hotel?
No. We drove back. We got back at 3 in the morning because there
Oh
was
my
just
God.
no way. I mean, every hotel was like $800 that
Oh,
night.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Anything that was close enough to where. So I was just like, we might as well just drive home. So, and it wasn't
Yeah.
bad. We parked a mile away. We walked to the place, had the concert, had a nice night walk on the way back. So we weren't like dealing with any chaos. It was just perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Concert. Well, I'm
Concert
jealous.
day. Yep.
We're having an earthquake here.
Is that
This
right? On the water.
first ever. No, I think we're docking, so the engine's like doing like sideways propulsion,
Oh,
so it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
shaking. So don't worry, we'll
All right.
survive. But everything's about to fall in on me. Should we get to? Do you have any other updates before we get to
Uh,
topics?
no, I mean, let's see. I'll just tell you this. This was the Thursday prior, I think. This might have been last week, but we went to a place in the Dells, Wisconsin Dells called Land of Natura, and it was the most fun thing. It's like a man-made lake, but it has it's all inflatable, like this obstacle course of just all these things,
Oh wow!
and it's huge. And we went there and just spent 6 hours there, and it was so fun because they have like things that are like higher up than a high dive that you can climb up on and just jump off into the water. They have these giant slides going down a hill. They go into the
Into
lake.
all into the water.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
fun.
I remember driving through the Dells before, or just driving through that part of Wisconsin or whatever, and like it is like the most competitive, like everyone's trying to outdo each other on like water slides and theme parks, and not like huge ones, but just like it's all these like little places are like fantasy lands and all this shit. And I couldn't believe like how many of that there were. And every
Yeah.
hotel had like, even like really crappy hotels would have some sort of indoor water park
Yep.
apparatus. Like
That's
it
the
didn't matter.
Dells.
And I remember staying in a hotel in Wisconsin that is kind of a shitty place, but they had that, and they had an entire indoor pool. But then, like, I had a room that would open up to like a courtyard, but the courtyard was all of it was indoors. So there's no like, so you'd open your door and you'd be out in this sort of like open air, but it was like indoors and
Indoor.
enclosed. So it's like this false sort of courtyard style
Oh,
hotel room. It was
they
really
didn't have a
strange.
pool there. They didn't have a.
They had a pool. It was like an
Oh,
indoor
okay.
pool, and then like your room would open up to like, oh, it's like you're in Palm Springs. It's all enclosed. It's very like weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
but
smelled terrible.
it smelled awful.
Yeah.
A lot of cigarette. It's just the audacity they have when they're like, no smoking, or else we'll know. It's like
No, well,
that. That is the best thing. I mean, whenever they talk about like progress or people complaining about rules or like things aren't as good as they used to be,
yeah.
I just always go back to like everything used to stink like cigarettes. Everything. Everywhere you'd go, it reeked. And now it doesn't. It's like just night and day.
I know. It's great. And what's
It's the
weird is
best.
like if we went back to that, like just for a day, everybody would be outraged at how
Oh
fucking
yeah.
awful. Like,
Oh, for an hour. If it was like the purge and we just let everyone smoke wherever they wanted for an hour, it would ruin every hotel. You couldn't get the smell out.
yeah. Yeah.
That's how quickly it happened. Rental cars. Remember getting in a rental car and it just like reeked like cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I took one back because I was like, this smells terrible. And if I don't return it, they're going to think it
Right.
was me. So
Yeah.
I, yeah,
Yeah. Because if I smoked in a car, that's exactly what I would say. It's like immediately as I'm driving away, I'd be like, "Hey, you! This stinks like cigarettes," knowing I'm gonna light up. Like, do you want to
me,
trade it?
you.
No, that's okay. I'm already on the road, but God, you should know this really smells like cigarettes.
You're just going like this into the security cameras.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then I'm like, as I'm on the phone complaining, yeah, I just want to let you know this car really stinks like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so good on the government there. Every once in a while people complain about the government, but they get it right every once in a while. Banning
Yeah.
cigarettes, that was pretty
That's a
good.
good one.
All right,
All right. What
now,
do you need backup on?
okay, I'll go first. Uh, so Heidi really wants to go to France. You know, she wants to take
Oh.
the family to France at
Well,
some
it's
point.
gonna smell like cigarette smoke. I'm
I know.
telling you
Talking
right
about
now.
cigarettes. I know. Don't worry. We're just gonna go there and then complain to everyone who's smoking.
Ew, this country
Ew.
stinking.
Ew. French people stink. Well, that actually kind of gets into what I want to talk about. So, but then I saw these articles in the I don't know if it's the New York Times or something, but they're all these French towns and maybe it was Spain or something, but they're all having like revolts because there's too much tourism. They're like in the summer season they're being like overwhelmed by tourists and they hate the tourists, and there's even incidents of like people coming up and screaming at tourists while they're at cafes or being like, you're ruining yelling whatever language
Yeah.
they speak, like yelling at them as they're trying to enjoy the place. So here's what I need backup on is like, for forever Americans, we've been stereotyped as this country where it's like we don't give a shit about other countries. We don't even know what's out there, and frankly, it's none of our business. I don't know what's going on outside. I can't locate Europe on a map. I can't tell you, any of it. Why don't they speak American? Like we're very ethnocentric, right?
Right. Yes.
Most people didn't have passports. Even if they did, they would only go to like Mexico or Canada at the most. Now, finally, we're all traveling to Europe and all this stuff, and then in record numbers, and everyone's pissed off about it. They don't want us. So which one is it? Do you want us there or do you not want us there? You got to pick a side, you know?
Yeah.
If I were you, I would just go, hey, yeah, there's a lot of tourists in the summer. It's a good thing. Just take our money and shut up about it.
Yeah.
And enjoy the fact that we're broadening our horizons and maybe we won't like go crazy and bomb the world or or something. But
Yeah, that's true. I would think when you said that, I think they would probably go with the just stay non-travelers ignorant because then it doesn't affect them as much.
then
You know what
they're
I'm
just
saying?
happy. They're happy us just being ignorant and
Yes.
stupid because then they can not only they get their cities back, but
They
then
get
they
their
can
cafes. Yeah,
and they can get their haughty attitudes back about how they're better than
exactly.
us.
They can
Yeah,
gossip about us, complain about us, and we've talked about how lovely that is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I see what you're saying. Well, I think they should shut up and and let me experience their culture. Hey, shut up and let me experience your culture.
I'm
Hey,
just
shut up. I'm trying to learn about you guys.
shh.
Quit speaking your stupid language and let me experience your culture for a second.
How do they know? Like, let's say you're just sitting at a cafe. I just want to know these because I've heard that people, screaming and stuff. Is it because they're wearing their fucking, Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
t-shirt and their fucking
Yeah. They're
Dodgers
wearing
hat?
their yeah, and their Make America Great Again hat and they're blasting Kenny Chesney on their little Bose speaker.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. I mean, that's the other thing about that's the other stereotype about Americans is that we're very loud,
yeah,
and so maybe they can just we're speaking very loudly at a table. But let me tell you something about that. Okay, every foreign language is loud if you don't speak the language. So
I agree.
if I walk through a restaurant and someone's speaking Spanish or Chinese or uh, Polish or anything, you pick up on it immediately. You're like, whoa, they're really yelling about whatever it is. But probably just because it doesn't blend into the rest of the conversation because you can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You
we're
can't
again
block it out as background noise.
unfairly targeted.
Yeah, as we're just sitting there talking to the waiter. Do you have pancakes? Pancakes.
I know.
Pancakes.
And then there's all this other bullshit like I was seeing some of it. Now I'm like scared to go to Europe because then there's like, oh, you're not supposed to order coffee in the afternoon and you don't take it away. If you do order a coffee, you're supposed to enjoy it there. There's all these like customs. And it's like say what you want about America, but we don't give a shit. You know what I mean? If you come here and you're like, oh, in Czechoslovakia, we get our coffee and we pour it down our pants. We're like, well, go for it. We
Yeah,
don't give a fuck. Do it. Good on you.
yeah,
You
good for
know?
you. Just don't hold up the fucking line.
Yeah, just keep it moving. I
Yeah,
just love this preciousness that we have to like, anyone who comes there has to act exactly like they do. It's like, do we do that in America? I don't know.
yeah. No, because like when people come here, we're like, oh, look at that. Look at their
Right.
culture. That's how they do. He's pouring it down his pants. Whereas if we go to France, they're like,
Yeah. No
this
one's
fucking
impressed.
American. They
Right.
should be like, oh, look at it. Ooh, wow, neat. Look at that. They're loud in America. Oh, look at that. They're very ignorant. Isn't that interesting?
Wow. Look how he eats his cheeseburger in his car. That's very important to
That's
them
so
and their
cool.
in their culture. That's a sign of respect. See how he finished that burger quickly without thinking about it and got ketchup on his shirt? That shows that he really enjoys it. That's a mark of good fortune to the chef.
Wow. Yeah, and he's an important person because you can tell because he ate it in 3 bites. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Why don't we get any credit?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so then that's the thing. So now Heidi wants to go like next year, like take a big trip to France, and I'm like kind of scared to go.
Oh, I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, but who, I mean, but here, you got to ask yourself, because this would be my attitude. I'd be like, okay, I'm the big dumb American. I don't give a shit. You know,
Well, yeah, that's where you got to get.
okay.
You got to get to that place
Yeah.
where you're just standing in front of people at a concert. Who cares?
What do you
I
want me
can,
to
I
do?
can,
I'm American.
I'm a big dumb American. I love hamburgers. Get the fuck out of my way.
I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I've never been to Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go take some pictures. Send them to me.
Yeah, I'll send you a postcard.
Okay.
I'm not
Nice.
gonna do that. Can you imagine? Can you
Yeah.
imagine me sending a postcard that seems like a bridge too far?
You'd get
Seems
back
impossible.
before it would get to me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, what do you need backup on?
All right. I know we've gotten away from saying, did we talk about this? But did we talk about this? I'm on a walk with Greg and I saw a sign in a yard in the neighborhood and it said be respectful and it had two, no smoking signs, but it had a dog peeing and a dog pooping.
Yeah,
We talked about this, right?
I think I did. Yeah, I think one of us had this before where like you
Where's the
can't
dog supposed to
control.
pee? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like the dog can't read signs.
Right. Well, I mean, but that wasn't the issue. I think the owner can, but it's like, well, where do you want my dog to go? I'm going to pick up the poop. Does that really
Right.
affect your yard? If
No, yeah.
they poop and
The
then you
only
pick it up?
first of all, any sign like that is just so stupid because if you're the type if you don't there's three types of people with dogs. Now
Uh-huh.
no one can I don't believe anyone can control where the dog takes a piss. I mean,
Right.
other than outside. Once it's outside, like I'm not going to teach my dog it's bad to go in certain like you're going to
Right.
confuse it.
Yeah.
So then there's three types left. There's people who pick up their poop every time. There's people who sometimes forget to bring a bag and then are left with no choice but to leave their poop
Yeah.
and then feel bad about it, but really can't do anything about it if there's no bags around. Or maybe they'll come back for it, best case scenario.
Yeah.
And the third type of person is the ones who are just brazenly going, I don't have to pick up my dog's shit. And there's probably very few of that type, especially in Madison, Wisconsin, I would guess.
Yeah. I was going to say in California, there was a lot.
California, a lot more. Yeah. But in Madison, nicer neighborhoods, I would guess not.
Right.
Now, the third type of person is not going to give a shit about your sign. So it's
Right.
pointless.
They're going to shit
Okay.
on your sign.
Right. They're going to actively they might pick up dog shit from other places and bring it over to your house.
Right.
They're so
Right.
incensed. The second type of person, they either got the bag or they don't. So it's
Yeah.
not going to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he's not going to see the sign and go, "Oh shit," and then all of a sudden it'll produce a bag.
Right. Right. Right.
And then the first type of person is going to pick it up anyway. So I never know who those signs are for.
Yeah.
The
When I
only
see
thing to
them,
do, here's the real move, is to just put bags out.
oh, yeah. You should put your sign on
Yes.
a thing that has bags like they do in parks.
Please pick up your dog poop and then put bags out.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be more effective, I think.
I think you're
But
right.
then you run the risk of like everyone's like, "Hey, I know where to take my dog to shit. I got
Yeah.
free."
I don't have to buy bags.
This guy's lawn is just torn to shreds.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw that and it just made me think, you know what? Tonight at 3 a.m, I'm going to sneak out. I'm going to blast diarrhea all over this guy's fucking sign.
And also like uh yeah, you'll never see that coming. Bet you didn't see that coming. But also like it's just not
You're going to have to get a new sign next to that sign says, please, with a human blasting diarrhea. On the other sign says, hey, no doing that. Don't blast diarrhea.
Yeah, it's one of those stick figures, but then it somehow looks exactly like you.
He's
Like
got a ponytail.
Your face with a ponytail.
Which reminds me, by the way, I still think it's hilarious that Jason Russell was like, Johnny, did you ever have a ponytail?
I know. How many years have you? Anyway,
We've done video
I
skits together where I have a ponytail. We are like, I don't understand that. Anyway, back to the poop.
that's actually a good reminder because I don't have notifications on my WhatsApp, and he made me download WhatsApp so we could talk to each other in case we were in the same port. But I tried to explain to him we're never going to be in the same port because he's on the sister ship, and this we share ports on this ship. So like
Yeah.
we're never going to be in the same place at the same time. But I need to check it to see if he sent me any messages because I haven't checked it in like a week and a half. Oh, and the last thing I was gonna say was just like I'm gonna back you up too on just not having those signs because you're just losing the aesthetic back. Like if the point of that is like I want like let's say the peeing thing, like obviously the poop thing, but let's say like you don't even want dogs peeing in your yard because you think it is gonna kill your grass or your
Yeah.
flowers. Well, presumably that's because you want your grass and flowers to like look nice. Once
Right.
you put one of those signs there, your yard already looks shitty. Once I see
Yeah.
that sign, like this is a shit yard. This
Yeah.
sucks.
I love your house. I love how you have that sign that has a picture of a dog squatting.
Right. And I know this is a touchy subject, but I think it's the same thing with the no soliciting signs. I know you have a no don't you have a no soliciting sign?
No, we don't. Maybe we have, but I don't. We don't have one.
One time I brought up no soliciting signs, and I think we had a conversation about how you had a soliciting sign, but then someone sold you solar panels door to door anyway.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's when we came up with our idea of selling no soliciting signs door to door.
Oh yeah. But I think no soliciting signs like number one, like you know what I mean? It's an aesthetic killer on a house.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
bars
a
on the
cranky
window.
person. Please ding dong ditch
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh oh, you know what else is an aesthetic killer? This is my last one. Satellite dishes. You see
Oh,
like
I loved your
remember?
tweet. I
Yeah,
shared your tweet with
I
people
know you never
around
do
me. I
that.
thought it was so good.
Yeah. But it's so true. Like when you were a kid, remember you'd see those houses like way out in the boonies and they'd have those giant satellite dishes, like the huge ones with
Yeah.
they looked like they could talk to Mars or something, and it was all just so they could get like HBO in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And now, if you see one of those, you're like, oh, white trash.
Right. That was like that tweet was like the perfect demonstration of just word economy and it was just so it was a
Yeah.
great tweet.
Well, thank you, Johnny. I don't get many good ones off anymore, so I appreciate that.
Oh,
But I'm backing you up. You just get signs out. Get little bitchy signs out of your yard.
yeah,
That'd be my advice. You know,
I agree.
keep the signs to a minimum.
Yeah, what about you? What's your take on like if you have a fake security sign like hey, this house protected by
I mean, I would say I don't like it. I will say I think those are just as valuable as having a security system itself. You
yeah.
know, everything
Yeah.
I've read, it's like if someone's gonna break in your house, they're gonna break into your house, you know, and so the deterrent is the sign. So like
Right.
you might as well just have the sign. You know, none of these guys are sophisticated enough to like cut the wires to your security
Right.
system before they go in. They're looking for
Yeah.
like medicine in your medicine cabinet or whatever.
Yeah.
But they say the best security system is a dog,
Mm,
and a dog will shit on people's lawns. Look, we brought it all.
look at that full circle. The cavalry, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it.
Uh, but yeah, I'm okay. You know what? You know what I have? I have a Ring camera that we've never charged the battery on.
Oh, that's smart. I
So
mean,
well,
to
it's
have it
not. I mean, it's. I don't know how it's smart. It would probably be smarter to just charge the battery,
charge it.
but I just never think to do it.
See, we have ours hardwired. You have like the one that you have to like get batteries for.
Yeah, my brother got it for me for Christmas like 5 years ago, and we put it up. And then like I hated the it would do these notifications on my phone every time like a car would drive by. So because our
Yeah, but you
house is
can
like a
turn
little
that off.
elevated.
You.
Yeah, I don't know. And then so finally I just let it go, and I was like, this thing has never accomplished anything for me. And it also seems like we're past the peak of the porch pirate days, you know, which was like really, I guess, what we were worried about. So
You think?
I mean, I don't, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't hear about it, but
I don't hear about it as much. I'm trying to think if we've ever actually had a package stolen before. I don't think we've actually had one. But yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I guess I should charge it and turn it back on. But then I didn't want to pay for it. You have to pay for like, I forget like what you get versus what you have to pay for.
you pay if like if you want it to like the footage to stay on the cloud. Like I think you get it for you can do live, you can look live for free and you can
Yeah,
talk to people for free. But like, you know, if something happens, you have to pay, I don't know, it's like $20 a year to like be like, oh, what happened yesterday while I was out
yeah.
running, you know. I sound like a salesman for the ring. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
You guys have it, right?
We have it. We have the one on the doorbell, but then we also have one in the family room and one in the
Oh,
basement,
right.
just because the
Inside.
kids were on their own. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever, yeah, has it ever like the outside one? Have you ever needed the footage or has it ever come in handy?
No.
Okay, great. All right.
Well, you know,
Thanks, everybody.
I'll tell you when it's nice is when I get a package and Aaron doesn't know I ordered, you know, it's a record or something. I'm like, okay, it's on the porch. I got to get it before Aaron gets home so that she doesn't get pissed. That's when it comes in handy.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's not push our luck with this
With the
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
situation. Thank you, everybody, for listening. When does this come out? Vegas. I can still promote Vegas Wise Guys. I think it's the 17th and 18th or something like that weekend. Wise Guys in the Arts District in Vegas. So if anybody's gonna be out there, you know anybody out there, send them my way.
What month is that? Because 17th and 18th is Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, so not that. September. September, maybe it's the
20th, 13th?
Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 20th and whatever that is.
Okay. That's when I'll be at Sigaros in Chicago. I will be in Crandon, Wisconsin, the 28th, and Green Bay, the 27th. And the Jukebox Comedy Club, October 4, 5. Yeah, baby.
In Peoria, is that Peoria?
Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was one of the first clubs I probably ever tried to send avails to when I was like really trying to work the road when I was starting
Yeah.
out. So they're still there, huh?
Oh, they're still there. Good old Dan.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. That's it. And we appreciate you all for listening to
The Cavalry.